Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Trying to catch up on everything. And I got this question. As people, as I told y'all, I answer anything, man. Even, if I don't get along with people or whatever the case may be, I'm going to give y'all a real perspective. I ain't going to bullshit you. So somebody asked me, what was the relevance of Bow Wow pits, Bow Wow kennels in the whole American Bully history? And I think some of y'all are going to be surprised because, as I've told y'all, history in the American bully world is often dictated by the wrong people. And when I say the wrong people, it's people who don't want you to think that other people played major parts, people who try to erase other people's history, people who try to act like, whatever, and it's the reason why they want histories erased, because it makes them look bigger than what they are. So with that being said, I'll tell you this. Bow Wow, which basically Cruz is Bow Wow for the most part, and he had some people in his camp up under him, but dog wise, you had it's a weird situation where they contribute to some of the biggest name dogs out there, produce some good ones, but they contribute, like the Rock and Ruby Blood wouldn't have happened without Bow Wow. Little Rizzy, that's a Bow Wow production, I do believe. It's a few of them that definitely have the blood in there, and I can't go through the whole thing. But when you start looking at pedigrees, you'll see. 21 Blackjack passed through the hands of the Bow Wow camp. So there's history there. But I think the biggest impact where the Bow Wow camp and specifically Cruz gets robbed in history is this. A lot of y'all believe that Dave did everything, and that's really false. A lot of the work, a lot of what you see in the American bully community, a lot of the vision for what the American bully community could actually become was actually Cruz's doing. And like I say, I'm just giving credit where credit is due, no politicking. Cruz was often the one, even inside him and Mike from Devil's Den, even inside the Elite Edge camp, they was always the ones with a bigger vision that this could go worldwide, that we could spread this thing, and was always reaching for the stars on this thing, trying to get, the dogs into, 5-star hotels. Let's try to throw them into this. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's do that. And it was always something constant to where they had a bigger vision than, I say, pretty much everybody, because a lot of this stuff at the time, now that you see the American bully as a worldwide entity, you don't think, you can't really envision guys who didn't think that this could happen. But the ABKC was just as much of Cruz pushing it as Dave or anybody else. You know what I mean? The ABKC was just as much Bow Wow's thing as it was anybody else's, period. A lot of the hard work that went into that, and a lot of the ideas and stuff come from the Bow Wow camp. The American bully in itself, the emergence of the East Coast with the West Coast had a lot to do with Bow Wow and the linking up with Razor's Edge, and pretty much Bow Wow brought a lot of the edge stuff out to the West Coast, introduced it to the right people, made it all right to be out on the West Coast with these type of dogs, when Gotti Line was pretty much the dominant dogs out there. They really put a lot of that work in. And in general, I think besides what I can't speak for them, but besides the trickery and the bullshit and people wanting to erase their history for their own agendas, I think part of where you start to see why people don't talk about Bow Wow and and what they meant inside the American bully world is because of the emergence. And the emergence was when Bow Wow became Razor's Edge. It was like, it was a partnership. And from there, to be realistic with y'all, now this wasn't during the time of the biggest productions of Razor's Edge, because pretty much Dave had stopped, producing dogs. But Bow Wow made the Razor's Edge name bigger than it ever had been. Bow Wow took the Razor's Edge name and made it worldwide. At the time when the first emergence was going on, people knew about Razor's Edge dogs, but they didn't know about it like that. You know what I mean? Between the slick marketing of Mike at Devil's Den with the Elite Edge and everything that he was doing, the constant ideas of getting here and there, and then everybody sort of came together. That's what pushed it, and really who spearheaded a lot of that stuff, as far as the ideas of making it bigger than what it was and the hustle behind it, was Bow Wow Pitts. I would encourage all of y'all, if you really want to know the history of the American Bully, look at some of these pedigrees and see what names is on there. As I give True Tank credit, as I give Bow Wow credit, as I give, you know what I mean, y'all always hear me talk about, you know, Oscar Gomez over there at Blue Pride, you know what I mean, Carlton Pratt, you know, we can go on and on, Sean Mullins, Danny Navoa, you know, it's a lot of guys. Of course, you know, the Gotti Line family with Rich and all those guys over there, Mike Clan. It's a lot in this American Bully community that you need to research and you need to understand. You know what I mean? It wasn't just the people who are taking credit and saying that they did everything and they created this whole world. It was guys in there who have walked away or separated themselves from the American Bully world who did significant work. And even in this video, like I say, people thought because we have our differences or whatever that I was going to lie and say that Bow Wow wasn't a significant part and that Cruz didn't do his thing with a whole lot of shit. That's a lie. The American Bully community could not in any way, shape, or fashion be where it was at without the contributions of Bow Wow Pitts and Cruz. You know, he was, you know, I got to give the dude his credit. He was an idea type of guy. He had a big vision, and like I say, this is from my perspective, from what I seen. Without the ideas and the push originally of Cruz, you know what I'm saying, Mike from Devil's Den, and then later on, you know what I mean, no, well, not that much later on, but you had Memo Loke and the Double S squad pushing hard, and then it became like, you know, just a dream team. Everybody was trying to do different things to make it work. But without the, you know, but the original vision of taking this thing worldwide, I'm gonna have to say, and this is me, people can debate it, but I was there, I seen it. The original idea of taking this shit worldwide and making it like something of what you see today, somewhat of what you see today, that was Mike from Devil's Den and Cruz from Bow Wow. They're the ones who believe that you can set this thing up all around the world and introduce the breed to the world. And you know what I mean, we'll talk about Devil's Den bullies, and they brought a different aspect to the American Bully world. But you know what I mean, credit got to be where credit is due. You can't say Razor's Edge without saying Bow Wow. And if you're new to this, you need to learn about that, because it's history there, and you'll see that you can't give give one person all the credit in the world when other people out there put in their work and they grind. Next video, man. Much love. Peace.